Hi, I'm Eric Summerer, and here's what's coming from the Dice Tower this week.
Hey folks, it's the news for February 18th, 2013, and this is the latest I've ever put the news out. Normally I have it out, hopefully early in the morning, and right now as I'm recording it's already 9:30 Eastern Standard Time at night. I could say it's President's Day here in America, but there's that and sickness and Kickstarter finishing up, but mostly it's because there's just so much going on and all that combines. And we're preparing to go to TotalCon this week. Now, if you're in the Boston area, I hope that you have a chance to come to TotalCon. Both myself and Eric Summer, my co-host, will be there, as well as the host of Not Just Another Gaming Podcast, and Anthony Ricana will be there. And some of the folks from Flip the Table will be doing a live show from there. We'll be running a Wits and Wagers game. We'll be running a live reverse charades game. I'll be showing off Nothing Personal. Eric will be teaching Merchants of Venus. Lots of fun will be there. We'll be on some panels about board gaming, and then we'll just be there hanging out. There'll be a Dice Tower dinner there. So lots of cool things coming up at TotalCon. So we hope to see you there, and I'll be there this Thursday through Sunday. But you're here probably to hear about the news, so let's get to it. Don't forget, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, you can tune in, as over 1,000 other people are doing, to Remy Gibson's 5 to 10 minute podcast, in which he gives you the board gaming news. You want a 5-minute news segment on board games each week? Subscribe to that podcast. You can find it on our website at dicetower.com. So let's start with the gaming news. First of all, we have several new things on Kickstarter. We have a dice shield in which you can throw dice without disturbing the pieces on your table. We have an Oz card game that's coming out from Game Salute. Legacy, Gears of Time has an expansion on Kickstarter right now. Forbidden Machines, and Ares. Ares games, you might know them from War of the Ring and from Wings of Glory. They have announced 2 games that will be coming to Kickstarter. These are both very interesting. Sails of Glory, which is kind of like Wings of Glory but with ships, and Galaxy Defenders, kind of a cooperative space game. Now, we might be edging into the territory of space becoming the theme that's being overused, but you know, I have a soft spot for space, so they could make a couple billion games about it, and I still think I would enjoy that. Level 7 has announced they've announced a new expansion for the game Level 7. Not that it's that great of a game, but Lockdown. Gale Force 9 has everyone's excited because these are the people who put out Spartacus, and many people, while I thought the game was kind of okay, many people thought that game was really good and brought life from that TV show. Well, now they have the rights to Firefly, and they'll be making a Firefly board game. So people are excited about that. Star Wars has announced the first major card expansion for their, Fantasy Flight has announced Fantasy Flight has announced a new expansion for the Star Wars card game called Edge of Darkness. Bounty Hunters, Boba Fett, Jabba the Hutt, lots of things inside there. Sheepdogs from Stratamax Games was released at Essen, will be coming to America very shortly. And, well, that's a lot of news, lots of cool things, but there's more! For our top news story of the week, we go to WizKids, who made several interesting announcements. First of all, they announced Mage Knight Resurrection, which is a literal resurrection of the Mage Knight game. Not the Mage Knight board game, which has been really critically lauded and acclaimed, but the old Mage Knight miniatures game, which I used to play myself, had a lot of fun with. You will now be able, they're going to bring this game back, redoing it, but they're making it switch clicks, which means when you buy stuff from Mage Knight, not only will you be able to use it for the Mage Knight Clicks game, but you'll be able to pop the clicks off and put on clicks that are compatible with the very popular Hero Clicks now, which means you'll be able to take your Dragonkin people up against Superman, against the guys from Halo. HeroClix is just really a cool idea. But they not only announced that, they announced Trains and Stations, which is a new game about trains. You know, there's a lot of them, but they say this one brings some new dynamics, and it's designed by Eric Lang, one of the creative forces behind many great games, most probably recently best known for Quarriors, but he's done many more games than that. And while we're at it, total silliness, but they announced that they have the rights for Hello Kitty, so we're going to see some Hello Kitty clicks. Think upon that. There's going to be a few previews for Kickstarters that have come out this week. In fact, we posted 2 today earlier already, and I have one more coming up tomorrow. And we have a few reviews from Ryan and the Chief and such. I will get a few reviews out before I go to TotalCon. The one I can promise you is I will be doing one of the new Mage Wars expansion, the Force Master versus the Warlord. If you could see the table here, well you can. Look at this. See this? You can see that my daughter Melody and I are in the middle of a game, and oh, it doesn't look like her Force Master is doing so well. I'm coming in for the kill. Actually, she's probably going to win. But anyhow, so we're going to have that review, and we're going to have a review of Tokaido and maybe 1 or 2 other games. But one game you also will see a top 10 list done by myself, Sam and Z. We're going to do top 10 games that you shouldn't play with people who get angry. So I hope you enjoy that list. And then, of course, whatever other reviews I might be able to get out between now and Wednesday, you'll see them too. In the podcasting world, let's see, Not Just Another Gaming Podcast has released episode 26, which is their 2-year anniversary, and they're going to talk about great games coming out in 2013. They're going to talk about gaming sessions and such things like that. Plaid Hat number 81 is a total random episode where they take random emails from listeners, and they just, well, you'll just have to listen to the episode to find out more. Flip the Table number 22, once again, dives into the gutter to play VCR California games. Whenever I think they can't sync to a lower game, they do. They'll be at TotalCon, by the way, playing Settlers Twister, I think. Maybe I'll have some video of that. D6 Generation, number 120, they have on the very popular Rick Priestley, one of the most well-known names in miniature gaming, and he'll be talking about a new miniature game he's coming up, and then they also do a full review of Sedition Wars. And then we have a new podcast that we've added to the Dice Tower Network called Rolling Dice and Taking Names. They are kind of an informal podcast where a couple guys with some guests will sit around a table and talk about things that they've been doing recently, including gaming and other geeky topics. So check them out. As always, you can find all this information at Dicetowernetwork.com. This is really it. I mean, I'm really excited. Other than the fact that I was like, man, it's so late to get this recorded. But really exciting things coming up. The convention season for me starts now with TotalCon this week. Next month, I'll be at MegaCon in Orlando, and we'll be at the Gamma Trade Show. And thanks to our Kickstarter, I now have a computer that I can take with me. And then hopefully, TotalCon here is going to be our test subject in this regard. Hopefully I'll be able to get video that we will be able to post that day. So that is my goal, to be able to get this video up and posted and out to you guys as quickly as possible. So this is our test run. But if you don't see anything this week, oh well, anyway, that means we had problems. But lots of cool things. I'm very excited to see where the future of the Dice Tower is going to be. As it is now, have a great day, and we'll have some videos for you tomorrow, as well as the next podcast of the Dice Tower, which I didn't mention, in which we talk about the best games from 15 years ago. Classic games, are they? You'll see.
Find all this and more at Dicetower.com. See you soon.
When there's so much entertainment in the world, I don't know why anyone would choose the Dice Tower.